are three phases of matter: solid, liquid, gas.
In order for a liquid to change into a solid, you must remove heat. The molecules will lose kinetic energy and their velocity will decrease. We will now put the water in the freezer to remove heat, causing the liquid to reach its freezing point, which is the temperature at which the liquid is converted into a crystalline solid. In this case, since we're using water, it is 0 degrees Celsius. Ice, ice, baby! The particles now have a strong attraction and are tightly packed with no place to move around. They have a definite shape and volume. Since the particles only vibrate in place without moving, the kinetic energy is really low. Liquid has a normal freezing point in which it will become a solid. Liquid has a normal freezing point in which it will become a solid. So remember that in order for a liquid to change phase into a solid, you will need to remove heat, making it reach its freezing point, causing the particles to slow down and begin to compress tightly. Once these particles are compressed together, the only way you'll be able to break them apart will be by doing the opposite and taking away heat by bringing it back to the phase of a liquid. Take it away, Haley!
Alright, now that we have a liquid, the particles now have enough room to pass each other and move more freely, so that makes the kinetic energy high. Because the particles move past each other, their attraction is weak. You must add heat in order for a solid to change into a liquid. Burn, baby, burn, burn. Now that we have added heat and changed the solid to a liquid, particles have a high kinetic energy. The particles in a liquid take shape of the container they are in.
You can see how the particles slide past each other, taking shape of the container.
Liquids can change their phases from being either a liquid to a solid or a liquid to a gas. For example, water can change into ice or water vapor. And don't forget that more energy you put into the particle, the further they will move and the further they will spread. The less kinetic energy they will have, the harder they will be able to trap. Now that I have informed you of liquids, you will see how the particles will spread even further, making it into a gas. Take it away, Brooke.
The gas phase is called vapor. Gas has the highest kinetic energy and their molecules move rapidly and randomly. In this model, you can see how the molecules move in random motion. They go every which way, bouncing off things they run into. When you add heat, the kinetic energy rises, making the molecules move rapidly. All gases at the same temperature have the same kinetic energy. Gas particles are small and have a very weak attraction, which is why they aren't right next to each other like a solid. And now that heat has been added to the water, the particles have sped up and moved rapidly across the room. A gas can go to a liquid through the normal boiling point, such as dew in the morning on grass. And now you know that in a gas, the particles move in a random motion. They have the highest kinetic energy and the weakest attraction.
Here we get a better view of the phases of matter and how gases can turn into liquids, liquids to solids, and so on. So gases can turn into solids by going through deposition. Gases can turn into liquids by condensation. Now liquids can turn into gases by vaporization and can turn into solids by freezing. Solids can turn into gas by sublimation, and solids can turn into liquids by melting. All this is due to either adding or removing heat from the particles, making them either compress tightly or spread apart so they have able to move around, which would cause them to have a high kinetic energy or either a low kinetic energy if they are compressed tightly without any room to move around in. And those were the 3 phases of matter: solid,
liquid, and gas.
Bye!
Bye.